The House of the Seven Gables, an architectural work of art dating back to the 1660s, was passed down between six generations, each making its own modifications to the house and affecting the entire Essex County as a whole. The house was originally built and owned by the family of Captain John Turner I, and was owned by his family for three whole generations. John Turner I's wealth gave him authority in the economic development of Essex County, and enabled his family to continue to own the beautiful Seven Gable Mansion. The first Captain Turner had widespread influence in the slave trade, which gave him much political importance. The Salem port imported and exported goods varying from spices in the Middle East to rum and beer from the breweries in Boston, which built a strong foothold in the political and economic development of his country. John Turner I's wealth and large social circle made him more politically important than most of his peers in the New England area. The house that was described in Nathaniel Hawthorne's novel, The House of the Seven Gables, is based off of the version of the Turner-Ingersoll mansion that was owned by Captain Turner. After John Turner I died in 1697, his son, John Turner II, took great care of his inherited house, as well as the inherited fortune, which he spent wisely for the duration of his life. John Turner II died in 1742, and the house was then given to John Turner III, who was the last of the Turners to ever own the beautiful mansion. John Turner III was a heavy gambler who had an extensive fortune, making it a dangerous mix. John Turner III's luck did, in fact, run out, after he gambled away all of his inheritance and, along with it, his beautiful seven-gabled home. The ownership of the mansion changed after it was sold to a wealthy sailor named Samuel Ingersoll, who then passed it down amongst his family. Samuel Ingersoll changed the house's structure by taking down 4 of its original 7 gables. Samuel was also a man dedicated to the Salem port, and maintained a strong connection between the political aspects of the Essex County as a whole and the house, a connection that was built along with the house by Captain John Turner I in 1668. After Samuel Ingersoll died, the house's ownership was given to his niece Suzanne Ingersoll, who was a solitary feminist, who cared for the house by herself. A cousin and close friend of Suzanne's, Nathaniel Hawthorne, often visited the house, and was eventually inspired by the stories he'd heard of its majestic 7 gables to write a novel called The House of the Seven Gables. The book affected many people, who came from far and wide to see the original Turner-Ingersoll mansion, bringing a lot of publicity to Suzanne. This newfound publicity did a great amount of good for the influence that Miss Ingersoll had on the social feature of the Essex County, through its restoration and general publicity. The 2 generations of the Ingersoll family did many things to assist the growth and development of the economic and social aspects of the Essex County. Caroline Emerton had read Hawthorne's novel about the mansion and had heard that the mansion was to be destroyed, so she immediately decided to buy and preserve the house with its magnificent legacy. After this 3-gabled household was sold to Caroline Emerton, it was improved and constructed to match its fictional brother from the book The House of the Seven Gables, and made into the functional museum that it is today. Caroline Emerton was one of the first activists of colonial revivalism in America, which caused her to buy out this mansion at the last minute. Caroline Emerton then made the house into a museum, creating tours, a historical society, and secretly hiding Polish immigrants, which was big importance to the social development of the Essex County. Throughout its 343 years, the House of the Seven Gables has taken part in many of the changes in the social, political, and economic aspects of the Essex County. The Turner family helped to shape the economic and political standards of the county by its great influence in the trading business as well as its great wealth. Samuel and Suzanne Ingersoll and Nathaniel Hawthorne all helped to create the House of the Seven Gables that we see today, as well as the House of the Seven Gables that is documented in Hawthorne's book. Caroline Emerton not only revived the oldest domestic living space in the nation to its former glory, but also critically influenced the social development of Essex County. The Turner-Ingersoll mansion, the famed House of the Seven Gables, is a part of U.S. history, and definitely remains a part of the continuous growth and development of the Essex County.